Cool. All righty, we are starting. Might be paying a little less attention to the show because we are watching the end of the Brewer game. Mark Canha just hit a ground rule double to tie the game. So Jake and I are watching. So you get a little watch party to start the show today as we are watching the Brewers trying to get some more magic from Sal Frelick, as if he hasn't had enough magic already.
Here's another thing. This is definitely going to be a walk-off because it's a rookie at bat right now. True. All our walk-offs are from the rookies, it seems like.
All
except
of our position power pair and underrated performers are all rookies, too. Move your ass, Sal!
Safe!
Nah, he was out.
Oh.
He was out.
He was out, I know.
That's as good as a bunt.
My heart wanted him to be safe.
I know, right?
Damn it. Well, Willie, literally all you have to do is just hit it deep. That is it.
Exactly.
You don't even have to get a hit.
Yep.
Just deep.
I would love for a Willie Adames redemption moment right here.
Oh, if he has the exact same hit that he had in his last at bat,
absolutely.
Oh, can't wait. Come on.
Oh, of course, we're making a pitching change.
Yeah.
You want to do our power pair and underrated performers real quick while they do the pitching change?
Yeah, you go first.
All right, I'll go first. So, jump in. My power position player is Bryce Terang. He was 8 for 21 last week. That's a 380 batting average. He had 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, drew 3 walks, only 2 strikeouts for Bryce Terang last week. That is great. Today he had his second error of the season. It might get overturned as a hit because the ball took a tough hop. Even if it's his second error, he should be in like Gold Glove consideration.
Right. That's tough to keep in air, in my opinion. I'm not even like trying to be a homer. Like that ball took a horrible bounce, and that ate him alive, man.
Yeah. All right. So they didn't make a pitching change. Bud Black just came out, and they're bringing in a 5th infielder. So now really all Willie has to do is get the ball to the outfield.
Huh.
Just get the ball to the outfield, Willie.
That's it, Willie.
Yep, they brought the right fielder in. So. All right.
They're gonna pitch you low and away, buddy.
Yep.
He's just got to do.
He's gonna move a
what
little.
Other Willie does,
honestly.
He's just got to stay with it. Just stay with the ball. Let the ball do whatever it's gonna do. You don't have to pull everything.
Yep, just slap it in there. Just do a William Contreras slap.
Yeah.
Outside, good eye.
There we go.
My power pitcher, I went with Yoel Payamps. He pitched 3 innings last week. Gave a 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Pitched again today. He's only given up 4 earned runs since the beginning of June.
Pretty fucking good.
Yoel Payamps is good. It's not going to be deep enough. Unless it falls.
All right. See if they do it again.
Okay. My underrated performer, I went with Andrew Monasterio. He's been playing much better defense as of late. He had the one play in Washington where he made the bad throw and allowed the Nationals to win the game. He's going to have an opportunity to walk it off for the Brewers right now with 2 outs, so that would be huge while I'm talking about him. He's homered in back-to-back days. He had a career-high 3 hits yesterday. He was 8 for 26 last week. Up to this at-bat, that's a 308 batting average, so let's see if he gets the walk-off.
Let's check it out.
Come on. Bad throw!
Yeah!
Let's get the walk-off! Woo! Look. About time Colorado's bad defense actually shows its face. All we hear every time the Brewers play the Rockies is the Rockies are a bottom 3rd defensive team, and then they all play like Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, and Troy Tulowitzki against the Brewers. About time it came back to bite them.
They robbed Santana. I'm actually really, really happy for Mark Canha and that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
We were talking before the show, and I was like, people are going to be bitching about Mark Canha, dropping the ball on the transfer, and they're not going to talk about Wilson leaving the ball over the heart of the plate, right? So, tremendous redemption moment for him. Tremendous comeback by the Brewers, down 4-0 today.
Nice. Love it.
I believe that would be the 16th comeback victory since July June 18th.
June 18th. Yes,
June 18th. So
they're now first in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, they were tied. So now they're first
Yep.
by themselves. So that's tremendous. I don't care who it is. These are all professionals. These are all Major League Baseball teams.
Yep.
Every win counts right now. Every win matters.
Look at Andrew Monasterio. Gets the walk-off right after I call in my underrated performer.
And he had a massive home run today.
Yeah, he did.
Good stuff.
And good defense.
Yeah,
Love
good
it.
stuff.
Love that for
He
Andrew
threw a runner
Monasterio.
out at home today. Made up for the moment that he had in Washington.
Exactly.
Absolutely good stuff.
Here comes the Gatorade. Oh, Sophia got it too. That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna shut my stuff off.
Yep, I'm gonna turn the Brewer game off. Now
all right. Nice.
Alrighty.
That might be some good karma for us. Love it.
Needed it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely needed it. So my power hitter is none other than Sal Frelick. What hasn't this guy done, honestly? The defense, he has a veteran eye at the plate, a veteran approach at the plate. The guy just is the hit collector. As Tyler made a graphic not too long ago, calling him the hit collector. It's an awesome graphic. You have to go check that out. Maybe we should repost that graphic again. But also had another one that just came out where he has the least amount of games, the 15 RBI in Brewers history. Am I correct on that? How many games was it, Tyler?
16.
16, and who is the other name on that list? Pretty
good
player.
Name on that list is Paul Molitor. He did it in 19 games.
That's pretty good company when you're with Paul Molitor. Paul Molitor had a great career, one of the greatest Brewers of all time. So Sal Frelick, I didn't have the up-to-date stats, but I had going into this game, Sal Frelick was 5 of 16, 5 runs scored, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, 5 walks, and his first career stolen base.
Love it.
Love it. That's a slash of 313, on base percentage of 478, an 813 slug, and a 1.291 OPS. I mean, this guy's going to be a 300 hitter. He just looks like a 300 hitter. He looks like a professional up there already. Only a few weeks into his career. So my power pitcher, I went with Wade Miley. Wade Miley was pretty dang good after coming back off the 15-day IL again. He had 10 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, and 2 Ks. He had 1 quality start in those 2 starts. He had a 1.00 whip and a 1.80 ERA. So very solid stuff from your 4 in your rotation. We have all the power pitchers, and then Wade Miley is just a guy that kind of changes the pace of things.
I mean, it's the 3 power pitchers, and then you got the 2 ground ball contact out guys.
Yeah, the technicians, the guys that just paint the corners.
I like that technicians. That's good.
Just popped in my head.
Attaboy.
My UP was Tyrone Taylor, and I know both of us have been rough on him, but I feel like sometimes criticism is earned, and he did earn it for a little bit, but he has been much better as of late. He played in 4 games last week. He went 4 of 11, 3 runs, had 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and only 2 strikeouts for Tyrone Taylor as well.
That's good.
Now, I know it's only 4 games, but a guy that strikes out at the rate of Tyrone Taylor, having 2 strikeouts and 11 at-bats is a pretty good sample size for a guy that, just really was just free swinging up there, man. But yeah, he was really good. 364 average, 364 on base, a 909 slug, and a 1.273 OPS. I mean, he was on base. He was hitting the ball hard. Can't ask for much more. Also, very good defense by Tyrone Taylor last week.
Absolutely. He had, 2 sliding catches in the last 2 days?
Yeah, made both of them look easy, too.
Yeah. What's up, Simon? Just talking some Brewers after they got the walk-off win today. So we have a homestand to talk about. We have 7 games. The Brewers went 4-3 in the 7. Would have liked 5-2, but being above 500 is good. I mean, the Reds can't say the same. They're kind of reeling a little bit. They're in danger of being passed up by the Cubs, which if the Cubs win today, they will be passed by the Cubs because the Reds lost to the Marlins today.
Oh, that's good.
So Mets and Cubs, something to keep an eye on after the show is over today. But
it feels icky to say go New York, but go New
yeah,
York.
well, I mean, we beat the shit out of them like 8 times already this year, so I'm okay with it. They also had a fire sale, so that's fun. Real quick, before we jump into games, I just want to break a little bit of news on the Milwaukee Bucks front. 13-year NBA veteran Bino Udrih, a 2-time champion with the Spurs, is becoming the new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks Wisconsin Herd G League team.
Really? Interesting. I like that.
He's been an assistant coach with the Pelicans for like the last 3 years, which I didn't know until I was doing research when we were looking for our Bucks head coach candidates.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
Former Milwaukee Buck Bino Udrih is going to be the new head coach of the Herd.
A guy that's been around the league for a long time. Honestly, that is fantastic for these young developing players. That is where the guys that want to be head coaches, they should all start there.
Yep.
They're going to be around guys that are just, straight lining them right to the league anyways. You got a bunch of two-way players. So, I mean, that's fantastic. That's a really good hire by us.
I like that. Alrighty, so let's jump into the game 1 against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right, well, we're going to have 2 games this week where we name about 17 players that had RBIs in the games. So these breakdowns are about to take half an hour apiece because we just decided to score all the runs. So in this one, Adrian Hauser was the starting pitcher, and he went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. Again, I don't know how many times we have to say it. That is fantastic out of your 5.
Put some respect on Adrian Hauser, even today.
Seriously. And the people that, go crazy at Adrian Hauser for having 1 bad start, he is not our number 1. He's not our number 2. He's not our number 3. And holy shit, he's not our number 4. So if 1 out of every 6 starts, he has a bad start, whatever.
I can really only think of 2 starts all year where I would say that Adrian Hauser had a bad start.
Yeah. I mean, it's whatever.
So James, getting closer to football season. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Yeah.
Well, we play the Saints week 3, correct?
Week 3, yes.
James, you're not going to like us week 3. JC Mejia pitched in this one. And Mustache Man pitched in this one. I'm not saying his name because I was upset at him last night.
Yep.
So 2 innings pitched for Mejia, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 4 Ks. Mustache Man had his first appearance with the Milwaukee Brewers in this one. 1 inning pitch, 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, and 1 K. So now we get to the RBI department. Yelly, 2. Contreras, 2. Turang, 3. Weimer, 1. Frelick, 5. 5 RBIs for Frelick.
Yeah.
Turang and Frelick decided to have 3-run shots in this one, both with 2 outs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you have 1 3-run shot with 2 outs, you're kind of like, oh, God. Like, as the opposing team, you're like, that sucks, right? Then you have it back-to-back innings. You're like, that really sucks. So, tremendous stuff from the Brewers. They were 7 of 17 with runners in scoring position in this game, and they still left 8 on base. Goddamn.
I'm going to pull up the stat because I saw it about runners in scoring position. And I'll drop it when we get to it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah.
So, top of the first 2 batters reached against Hauser. Hauser got a fielder's choice and an RBI ground out and then a fly out to get out of it, only giving up the 1 run. Bottom of the first, Christian Yelich led off with a walk. William Contreras hit into a fielder's choice. Willie Adames hit a 2-out single, and then Sal Frelick on the first pitch hit a double to the left center gap. So opposite field hit for Sal Frelick made the game 2-1 Brewers. Top of the second, Adrian Hauser got 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Bottom of the second, Andre Monasterio and Bryce Turang had 2 singles. Weimer hit a double off the wall to make the game 3-1. That extended Joey Weimer's hit streak to 8. So Joey Weimer has been playing better too. Christian Yelich followed with a single to left that made it 4-1, and then William Contreras grounded into a double play that scored Weimer from third that made the game 5-1. Now, after that, top of the third, Andre Monasterio made a very nice play on a ball that he had to kind of retreat from, Because if he charges that ball, it's going to be a really tough hop to try to judge. So he played back, let the ball come to him, and then made a nice throw to first base. So that was good defense by Andre Monasterio. And then a nice pick by Santana on that throw, part of a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the fourth, a 1-out walk broke 10 straight batters retired by Adrian Hauser. So Hauser had retired 10 in a row after giving up the 1 run, and a 1-out walk in the fourth broke that. That was the only thing that happened for Pittsburgh in that inning. Bottom of the fourth, Weimer hit a 1-out single. That was his second hit of the day. That's the Brewers' 5th hit on the first pitch. Brewers were ambushing the first pitch.
Yes, they were.
In the first game against the Pirates. Christian Yelich followed up with a single, and that was it for the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fifth, Adrian Hauser gets 2 more strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. Bottom of the fifth, Sal Frelick hits a 1-out walk. He was on base all 3 of the first 3 times. Mark Canha got hit by a pitch, and then Bryce Durang, a 2-out, 3-run home run on the first pitch. That's their 6th first pitch hit of that game. And that was a second deck home run.
Oh yeah, when he hits him, he hits him.
That's what I was gonna say. Tim, it is Wednesday. Turang, like both of his last 2 home runs have been second deckers.
Yeah.
So like he was my power position player, but I mean we didn't expect him to have much power, much less second deck power.
For real.
Top of the 6th, Hauser got another strikeout looking, and then Andre Monasterio made another nice play on a hot grounder to end the inning. You mentioned Adrian Hauser's stats through 6 innings, only giving up the 1 earned run. Very good job. Tim, it's Wednesday all day.
It is.
Bottom of the 6th, William Contreras got his first hit of the game. Santana followed with his first hit of the game, and then Sal Frelick hit a 2-out, 3-run home run. He was on all 4 times through the first 6 innings. You mentioned Mejia, 7th inning. He pitched a 1-2-3 inning. Had 2 strikeouts. Top of the 8th, Mejia got another strikeout, 2 singles, and then another strikeout and a line out. The Brewers in the bottom of the 7th. Andre Monasterio led off with a double. Bryce Durang worked an 8-pitch at bat. I will give credit to Ke'Bryan Hayes. He made a nice play on Bryce Durang's grounder. Bryce Durang tried to go down the left field line, but Hayes was there. Joey Weimer drew a walk. Christian Yelich got a hustle infield single. That's just good work by Christian Yelich, hustling out of the box to beat the pitcher and the first baseman there, so neither one of them could get to it. That made the game 12-1. And then it was funny because a Cubs Twitter page made a comment, imagine your season high being 12 runs. And William Contreras immediately follows that up with a 2-run shot to make the Brewers season high 14 runs. And I remember going back and forth on Twitter for a couple hours that imagine having a worse record than a team whose season high is 12 runs. And then the Brewers made it 14 runs. And up until the last week when the Cubs scored 20 and then 16 on the Reds, their season high was 14.
Huh.
But, Cubs fans, Chicago fans are just going to talk the talk. So
they want to flex because they put a bunch of runs on the Reds?
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever. It is what it is. I just thought it was funny that they're like, ooh, imagine living rent-free in your heads, I guess. So I mentioned the top of the 8th, Mejia. Bottom of the 8th, Bryce Durang hit an opposite field single down the left field line. He got his hit down there. And then you mentioned the top of the 9th, Chafin made his debut. Christian Yelich finished this game 3 for 4 with a walk. And then Sal Frelick, Joey Weimer, William Contreras, Andre Monasterio all had 2 hits. And then Joey Weimer and Sal Frelick had 2 walks each. Through this game, Sal Frelick had reached in 14 of 22 plate appearances at American Family Field.
Jesus Christ.
He's going to love playing in Milwaukee for the rest of his life.
Jesus.
And his jersey's going to be on the rafters.
Yeah. Number 10 is done now. Number 10 is done now.
Nobody else is wearing that one. My bold prediction, by the way, my bold prediction was that he was going to come up in August and never play another AAA game. He came up in late July, but he's never playing another AAA game.
You know what? I'm gonna give that one to you because that's bold. That's bold. He came up, and you know what? Who the hell tweeted that? Somebody tweeted saying that the Brewers learned their lesson from Garrett Mitchell the year before, where they brought him up really late, and they ended up bringing Sal Frelick up pretty early, when they needed a shot in the arm. And
I mentioned it to Vinny Rotino, and he said they wanted to bring him up in April when Garrett Mitchell got hurt. They wanted to bring him up, but they got hurt on the same day.
What? They wanted to bring him up in April?
When Garrett Mitchell got hurt, they wanted him to be the Mitchell replacement.
I mean,
now there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that he would have stayed up the entire time. But I mean, if he would have been playing the way he has been, he would have.
Wow.
Yeah. So an unfortunate thumb injury for Sal Frelick made my bold prediction look a little more correct.
Yeah.
But last thing I'll say on the first game of the Pirates series, the rookies, 9 for 16, 4 walks, 8 runs scored, and 9 RBI.
God damn. Sheesh.
Yeah, I'll take that all day, every day.
Yeah, that's crazy. I see
right.
the RBI right there. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to the second game. I'm going to set you up for a stat you're going to say, by the way. So the Brewers lost this one 8-4. Colin Ray was a starting pitcher. 4 innings pitched, 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 walks, and 2 Ks. We've said it before. I'll say it again. He gave us everything he had. He definitely filled a void that we needed to fill. He gave us some pretty good, a lot of quality starts. I would have to look at the stats to get that.
I got a whole bunch of Colin Ray stats because I'm prepared to say the exact same thing.
Yeah. So even though he had a bad outing, he had a few bad outings. We didn't know who he was. This guy was literally in Tokyo last year. Yep. So it is what it is. Bryce Wilson also he had 2 innings pitched, 4 hits given up, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, and 2 Ks. Abner Uribe is a young stud. This guy's going to be good. You can tell he's got the stuff. 2 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, and 1 K. And Hoby Milner with an inning pitched, 0s across the board. Now, the thing I'm going to say before I get into the RBIs is every single run that the Pirates scored was via home run ball this game. So it's a tough pill to swallow. RBIs, Frelick, obviously. I feel like we're going to say his name every week about 17 times. Mark Canha with an RBI, and Santana 2 RBIs. He had a home run, his 14th of the year, 56 RBIs in the year for him. So I was looking into it. Tyler did the heavy lifting on this one, but the Brewers up to this point had given up 144 home runs.
I'm gonna save it until we get to the first game of the Rockies series because I totaled it up through that point.
Okay,
so I'm gonna save the statistic until then.
I was a little foreshadowing then, so keep that number in your mind. Yes. We were like 5th or 6th most in home runs allowed. 7th? Was it 7th?
They're a little bit lower now. I think they are. I want to say like 12th.
12th. So yeah, we got some numbers for you. They're pretty crazy, actually. I still think it's pretty wild.
The percentage is it's still very shocking to me. So I will say in the top of the first inning, Colin Ray got the ground ball that he needed. Just fluke chance that it bounces off of second base.
Yeah.
That's just a tough break. And then followed that up with a home run. 8 Pirates batted with 2 outs. 8 Pirates batted in the inning, 6 of them with 2 outs. Just a tough spot to be. In the top of the second inning, I will say, though, Pirates went walk, bunt, double, home run. Had they not bunted, this game, instead of being 6-2, could have been 7-2. Just throwing that out there. Bottom of the first, the Brewers did get 2 run back. Was 3-2 at the time. Christian Yelich led off with a double. William Contreras followed with a single. He was down 0-2, worked it back to 2-2, and then just put the bat on the ball to hit a single into center field.
Yep.
William Contreras has been very, very good at just putting the bat on the ball instead of just swinging for the fences, which is something that people still like to act that the Brewers do. or, just blindly hacking. William Contreras, he just puts the bat in the path of the ball and drops a single into center field. He did that 2 or 3 times actually last week.
Yeah, but this specific hit was something beautiful. He looked like an all-star hitter.
True. Santana followed that up with a single. He got to second on the throw. Willie Adames had a pop out, and then Sal Frelick had a sac fly that made the game 3-2. The third inning was Ray's first scoreless inning. Bottom of the fourth, the Brewers got the bases loaded with 1 out. Canna with a single. Brian Anderson, back from the injured list, drew a walk. Bryce Terang drew a walk, and then the Brewers went pop out, strikeout on Christian Yelich that should have been a walk, and then a fielder's choice. But bottom of the fifth, Santana led off with a solo shot. Top of the sixth, back-to-back leadoff solo shots, made it 8-3. 8-3. Bottom of the sixth, Christian Yelich got his second hit. And then the Brewers scored a run in the bottom of the seventh. Mark Canna and Carlos Santana combined 5 for 10 in this game.
Solid.
And now Colin Ray did get sent down after the start, but I don't, and this is just my personal thoughts, I don't approve of the way that people talk about Colin Ray when he got sent down.
I don't either.
I'm not going to be like a super, rah-rah Colin Ray defender,
Right.
but he deserves a thank you for how big he was in the absence of Brandon Woodruff.
I mean, who else was hurt during that time? Freaking Wade Miley. Hauser was hurt for a little bit. When he came back into the bullpen. I mean, Colin Ray was fucking steady, dude.
Not to mention Eric Lauer just kind of falling off the face of the map for a little while.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give Colin Ray some love. In 19 starts, in 16 of 19, he pitched 5 or more innings.
Solid.
In 17 of 19 runs, he gave up 4 or less earned runs.
You can live with that.
In 11 of 19, he gave up 3 or less runs.
Even better.
In 9 of 19, he gave up 2 or less runs.
That's pretty good.
And in 7 of those 19 starts, he had 5 or more strikeouts.
I mean, what is there to complain about, dude?
Not much, honestly. The only thing that people really complain about is that because 3 of his last 5 starts, he gave up 5+.
He had a bad stretch. Freaking Corbin Burns had a bad stretch this season.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Move on. Baseball's long.
Colin Ray, he might sneak into the underrated performer of 2023 when the season is done.
I'm not against that.
He's definitely a candidate. Joel Payamps has gotten too good to be considered an underrated performer.
Yeah, he's the guy that went from unknown to star.
He's going to be, like, we're doing a segment next Thursday at our live show in Green Bay called Unexpected Impressors. That's what Joel Payamps has been.
Yeah, he went crazy. Unexpected impressor for the Packers next Thursday might be Elton Jenkins' right hook. I hope Simon's still watching and he heard that.
We can clip it and send it to him. All right. So, third game, what stood out to you from the third game of the Pirates series?
This one was fun. I know that it was a nerve-wracking game, but Christ, you sign up to be a Brewers fan in 2023. That's what you can expect. Yes, you heard. I love you. Thank you very much. I did that for you. So in this one, Corbin Burns was really, really good. For a long time in this game, I was sitting there like, don't you dare waste another Corbin Burns freaking quality start, you son of a bitches. So 6 innings pitched for my man Corbin, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. He gave up 2 hits, and they were both earned runs. I mean, I'm just like, that's some bullshit. Yep. He did have 4 walks. It's a little high, but the 5 Ks is still low for him. But all around, man, that's a great start. All 30 MLB teams are taking 2 earned runs over 6 innings pitched. Every single one.
Every single time.
Excuse me. So, Peguero, Shafeen, Piamps, Williams. They threw a little mustache in the middle of the
law firm.
I didn't like that too much.
I put it so when I made the post, I put that they brought him in as a consultant for the law firm.
I know, I saw that. I thought that was brilliant. So Yelly got his 63rd RBI of the season in this one. Also his 23rd. So close. I know. Also 23rd stolen base, which is divisible by 69, so still nice. Sal Frelick got his 11th RBI of the season and his first career stolen base in this game. Mm-hmm. And then Blake Perkins, another walk-off from another rookie, 4th from a rookie this year, 5th overall. This one took 10 innings, but they got Burns off the hook for the loss, which thank God. Mm-hmm. And then we ended up coming away with a win. So I loved every moment of this. I'm ready for the breakdown. I'm going to chime in when necessary.
All right, so top of the first, Corbin Burns struck out Reynolds on a curveball, part of a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the first, Christian Yelich led off with a walk, stole second, was stranded there. Top of the second, Corbin Burns another 1-2-3. Bottom of the second, Tyrone Taylor led off with a single. Andre Monasterio grounded into a double play. Victor Caratini followed with a double. Both innings, stranded a runner at second base. Not ideal, but it happens. Top of the third, Corbin Burns gave up a walk with 1 out, was the first base runner he allowed. That was it. Bottom of the third, Weimer led off with a single. 3rd inning in a row with the leadoff man on. And then William Contreras grounded into a double play. Top of the 4th, we mentioned Tyrone Taylor made some nice plays. Made a sliding catch in right field. That's good work by Tyrone Taylor to play good defense. Andre Monasterio had to one him up. Andre Monasterio follows with a barehanded play on a surprisingly spry, still pretty good running Andrew McCutchen.
Dude, he runs so well for an old dude.
He's 36?
Yeah, he does not look 36 when he's running on the line.
Yeah, he still flies. He wants to play still in 2024, he said, too.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, absolutely good for him. And good for Pittsburgh for having that guy back there.
I have no hate towards the Pirates. I have no hate towards Andrew McCutchen. I think that he's a stand-up dude.
Exactly. He's a great dude. But Andre Monasterio robbed him of a hit. Anyways, bottom of the 4th, first time the Brewers leadoff runner got out. Willie Adames, first pitch that he saw, roped a single, and that was it for the 4th. Top of the 5th with 2 outs. The first Pittsburgh hit, and then stole second, and then a walk. And then the number 9 hitter hits a double to the left center field. Just one of those things. It's baseball.
Yeah.
So, bottom of the 5th, Victor Caratini gets another hit. He hits a single. Bryce Durang follows with a single. A wild pitch gives the Brewers 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Weimer strikes out. Christian Yelich hits an RBI ground out to make the game 2-1. Top of the 6th, 2 walks. And Counsell comes out. Corbin Burns convinces him to stay in the game.
Yeah, dude. They said it on the broadcast. And it is true. He was staring a hole through Counsell. He did not look happy. He said he was giving him the look like, bro, you better turn your ass around right now.
You better just be coming out here just to give me a breather.
Right?
I'm not giving you this baseball.
Nope, this is my baseball right now.
Burns follows by getting Ke'Bryan Hayes to strike out looking to end the 6th.
I like Ke'Bryan Hayes too.
I do too.
He's so good on defense, dude.
Yeah.
Every time we hit it over there, I was like, God damn it, he's so good over there.
Mm-hmm. That was Corbin Burns' 7th straight quality start.
Yeah, he's been a man amongst boys lately.
For sure. Top of the 7th, Elvis Peguero gets a strikeout on 3 pitches, gives up a walk, and then gets a double play to end the 7th. So very efficient inning by Elvis Peguero. Mm-hmm. Top of the 8th, Chafin had 2 walks, but pitched a scoreless inning. Those walks maybe a little bit of writing on the wall, but it is what it is. Top of the 9th, Piamps gave up a single but pitched a scoreless inning. Bottom of the 9th, Santana hit a single. Blake Perkins pinch running. That's Craig Counsell making moves. That's Craig Counsell managing to a T. Tags to second base on a deep fly ball by Willie Adames to right field.
Yeah.
That takes nuts.
He's so fast.
That takes nuts to even attempt that. Because if if he doesn't make that play, you're looking at 2 outs and nobody on base versus a 1 out man in scoring position.
Yeah. And your offense is in the driver's seat with that play.
Exactly. So that props to Blake Perkins for that. Wild pitch got him to third base, and then Sal Frelick hit a game-tying single to left center field. Got the second on the throw, got the second on his first steal. And then Andre Monasterio flew out, and Victor Caratini lined out. They got the tying run. That's what they needed. Go to the 10th inning. Devin Williams gets a strikeout, ground out strikeout. Bottom of the 10th, the Pirates intentionally walk Mark Canha to set up the force out. Christian Yelich called out after a challenge. Close play is what it is. Still good hustle by Christian Yelich. Mm-hmm. William Contreras gets intentionally walked to load the bases with 2 outs for Blake Perkins. He slaps a single to right field for the win. Now, you ready for a super, super juicy stat from this game?
Love all the juicy ones.
The Milwaukee Brewers are the first team in the modern era to get a game-tying and walk-off hit from 2 rookies who did not start the game.
What? What a stat. What a stat. I like it. Huh. Who the hell gave you that one? Oh, Tyler is head nodding towards, I would assume, is a little girl.
Yeah, don't mind me. Okay. That stat, I think that one came from Opta Stats.
Man.
It's a good Twitter page. They pull super juicy stats. I can't even lie to you. Not even just about the Brewers.
I would love to be one of the people that work there and all they do is just look up 6 stats. What a life. What a life.
Yeah.
All right, now we gotta talk about the shitty game.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we can focus on the thing that matters the most, and it's Brandon Woodruff being back.
And he was fucking fantastic, dude.
5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts. That I think was the thing that surprised me the most was 9 strikeouts.
Dude, he gave us 5 innings and 9 Ks. What the fuck?
So top of the first inning, Brandon Woodruff gets 1, 2, 3 on 3 strikeouts. Bottom of the first, William Contreras had a 1-out single. Santana hit a hard hit ball that turned into a double play. That's one of those baseball things. Santana ripped a hard hit just right at the first baseman.
Sounds like today.
Yeah, exactly. Top of the second, 2 more strikeouts, part of a 1-2-3 inning for Woodruff. Top of the third, Woodruff got to a 3-2 count, a pulled home run, a flyout, and then 2 more strikeouts. Bottom of the third, Bryce Durang had a 1-out walk, stole second. He was stranded there. Top of the fourth, another leadoff solo into the corner, basically 1 to each corner, and that was it against Woodruff. That was all the Pirates got. There was a double. Andre Monasterio made a nice play on a liner down the third base line. Saved a run, in my opinion. And then another strikeout by Woodruff. Top of the third, a leadoff bunt single was wiped out by a double play. Willie Adames, smart defensive play by Willie Adames on this ball. Because it was a liner kind of by his ankles that he probably could have caught. Willie Adames probably could have caught that ball. But by letting it bounce in front of him, he's able to turn a double play on that. So I want to give Willie Adames credit for that because, your instinct might be telling you, hey, catch the ball. But by letting it take that short hop into the glove, you then have the opportunity to turn the double play.
I fully expect Willie Adames to make a turnaround, and I fully expect a Willie Adames apology for him in the near future here. So he's too damn good. He knows baseball too much to be struggling the way that he is.
For sure. So bottom of the fifth, Andre Monasterio had a 2-0 walk that broke a 7 straight retired streak by the Pirates. Hobie Milner pitched a scoreless 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th, William Contreras had a double, maybe safe at third base, but he was called out and the play stood.
I don't know why he stretched it to third.
I don't know.
Man.
Abner Uribe pitched a scoreless 7th with 2 strikeouts. Top of the 8th, off of JC Mejia. This is why I wanted relievers at the deadline, so that we didn't have to pitch guys like JC Mejia in close games.
I understand.
Did the game 4-0. Bottom of the 8th, Bryce Durang had a 1-out single, and that was it. Top of the 9th, Joey Weimer made a really, really nice catch in center field. And then bottom of the 9th, Brewers, they made them sweat. William Contreras led off with a walk. Santana hit a single. Willie Adames hit a fielder's choice, and then they went strikeout, ground out. It is what it is. Andre Monasterio, he hit one deep, just not deep enough. It is what it is. The Brewers, they're not going to win them all. We should not have been expecting them to do so either. I'll say that, which is something we can maybe revisit next week when we only have a few games to talk about. Next week, we're only going to have 4 games, so maybe we talk a little bit of extra stuff next week. But
we'll have some more heart-to-hearts planned for next Wednesday.
And we got maybe potentially a new segment coming next week. So definitely make sure you check out that next week.
Check that out.
All right, you ready to move on from the Pirates to the Rockies?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about a lot of RBIs again. That's what I'm ready for.
Holy hell, this game was fun to watch.
I think I had a little bit of everything, man. So here we go. Let's get into it. Freddie Peralta, 7 strong innings. 7 innings, 1 hit, 0 walks from a guy that can just lose control at any moment. Freddie Peralta, tremendous stuff. 0 walks from the entire pitching staff, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
1 earned run, 13 strikeouts. I mean, the guy has just been balling. I have the picture up. I'm going to find it while I continue talking here. Freddie. Nope, I have a Wade Miley stat. I lied. I have a Wade Miley stat, not a Freddie stat. So let's get to these RBIs.
Okay.
Tyrone Taylor, 2 of them, got to 10. Monasterio got his 11th RBI of the season. Contreras, 3, got to his 50th RBI of the season. Turang with 2 more, 27. Frelick with 4 more. Frelick just keeps telling Turang, hold my beer.
Right.
15. Taylor, Turang, and Frelick all had home runs respectively. 4th for Taylor, 6th for Turang, and 3rd for Frelick. Frelick also had a double, which was also his 3rd. Contreras had his 26th double of the year. And Anderson is tied for the team lead in triples.
What the hell is that, by the way?
With 3.
Like we were talking during this, but
yes.
What the hell is Brian Anderson doing for the tying the team lead in triples?
Yeah, I made the dumb joke that he was faster because he cut his hair, so he's a little lighter. But unpopular opinion, I don't like him without the hair flow. I think he was better with the flow.
Yeah, he's a hair flow guy.
He's a hair flow guy. He just looks so cool with the hair flowing and throwing it like 170,000 miles per hour from third base. So grow the hair flow back. I don't care what your wife says. But yeah, this game, doubles, triples, home runs, RBIs, freaking strikeouts galore. I mean, my goodness, they were tremendous. Every aspect.
So many good stats from this game, dude. So many good ones.
It felt good to win this one like this after we lost the one versus the Pirates the day before.
Yeah, that's fair. To come off of a split.
Right, but like we said last Wednesday, right after we had that shitty loss to the Nationals, the best thing about baseball is you play tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's the best thing about baseball.
Absolutely. Okay. So, top of the first, the second batter of the game hit a solo home run. That was it.
Yeah.
Bottom of the first, Christian Yelich led off with a walk. William Contreras, fielder's choice, moved into second. Santana had a sacrifice fly, and then Sal Frelick was hit by a pitch, and Mark Canha popped out, so that runner was stranded. Top of the second, Freddie Peralta struck out the side. Bottom of the second, Bryce Durang drew a leadoff walk, stole second base, and that was it. Top of the third, 2 more strikeouts for Freddie Peralta. Top of the fourth, 2 more strikeouts for Freddie Peralta. Bottom of the fourth, Bryce Durang hit a 2-run shot with 2 outs to score Sal Frelick after he drew a leadoff walk. Brian Anderson followed with the triple. Tyrone Taylor, this was with 2 outs also. This is where it was kind of a turning point for the Brewers, for Tyrone Taylor to drive in that run with a single. And then Christian Yelich hit a single to shallow left, got the second on the throw, and then William Contreras delivers with a pitching change. After the pitching change, made the game 5-1, broke it open a little bit. Top of the fifth, Freddie Peralta, 2 more strikeouts, 3 straight innings with 2 strikeouts. After striking out the side in the second inning. So he went 3 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts, 2 strikeouts.
Fucking
Through the
yikes.
5th inning. Top of the 6th, he got a 6-pitch inning. And after that, it was like we were talking during this game, and we're like, oh, he's getting the 7th now because he got a really quick 6th inning. Top of the 7th, Freddie Peralta strikeout the leadoff batter, tied his career high with 13. And then the 7th inning was capped with Sal Frelick running down a ball in right center, just covering all of the ground, Joey Weimer style, to make a play in right center. Bottom of the 7th, Christian Yelich, another leadoff base runner with a single, his second of the game. William Contreras hit a double off the wall in right field. Yelich scored. That made the game 6-1. Contreras got to third on a wild pitch. Sal Frelick hit a double down the left field line after fumbling 5 pitches in the at-bat. That made the game 7-1. Andrew Monasterio, 2-out single, scored Frelick. That made the game 8-1. Top of the 8th, Elvis Peguero, 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
Top of the 9th, a nice pick by Bryce Terang, and then a strikeout and a ground out. Bottom of the 8th, though, Tyrone Taylor snuck out a solo shot to the beer pen. Christian Yelich drew a walk. He was on 4 times. William Contreras followed with a single. Christian Yelich got to third, and then Sal Frelick hit a 3-run home run to right center. That made the game 12-1. The Brewers essentially were 1 pitch away from a combined perfect game. Because they had no walks. The only hit they gave up was the solo shot, so there would have been no walks, no hits. Just that 1 pitch. That was the solo shot first inning. Now, Freddie Peralta. His 31 whiffs were a franchise high in the StatCast era.
Oh, shit. I found my Freddie Peralta stats, so when you're
beat
ready.
Corbin Burns by 1 whiff. From Corbin Burns against the Cubs when he struck out 10 batters in a row. So this game now stands next to that game.
Wow.
You mentioned the 13 strikeouts with the no walks is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to give me your Freddie stat, and then I'll rip off a couple more.
Yeah. Before I say it, I just want to say that Peralta owns the Rockies, dude.
He really does.
His first career start was against them. He absolutely owns them.
He's given them 13 strikeouts twice.
Here's 13K. The bad way. So Freddie Peralta over his last 3 starts, 19 innings pitched, 11 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 33 strikeouts, and a 1.89 ERA.
Damn. I laughed literally out loud, probably the hardest that I've laughed during a Brewers telecast.
Oh, yes.
And in between the 8th and 9th innings, when Tim Dillard is talking and he goes, Freddie Peralta took him to Kmart. I was not prepared.
That's too good.
Holy shit, I laughed so hard when he said Freddie Peralta took him to Kmart because it didn't sink in for the first second. Then I'm like, oh my God, Kmart, that is hilarious.
That's too good, bro.
Oh shit, that was funny. Okay, 2 more stats. Actually, I'm going to give 3 because the Brewers scored 9 of their 12 runs with 2 outs. That is, that's good stuff. Yeah, is right. Yeah. Now, this was the 9th time in franchise history that the Milwaukee Brewers faced 1 batter over the minimum. So it was the 3rd time ever that they only allowed 1 base runner. Now, the last time was the combined Corbin Burns, Josh Hader no-hitter against Cleveland. Mm-hmm. So the 3 times that it's happened, August 7th, 2023, the combined no-hitter, that was September 11th, 2021, and a Brandon Woodruff 8 innings, Matt Albers 9th inning combined against the 31-22 Philadelphia Phillies at the time on May 26, 2019. I just want to throw this out there. All 3 of those times during the Craig Counsell era.
Huh. I like that.
Just throwing that out there.
I like that.
Make of that what you will. And my last stat was the Sal Frelick one. 16 games to get to 15 RBI, fastest in franchise history. Paul Molitor did it in 19 games. So Sal Frelick doing Paul Molitor things, gotta love it.
One day we'll say doing Sal Frelick things.
Somebody else will be doing Sal Frelick things after they change the name of the stadium to Italian Frelick Field.
I just can't wait. I mean, I'm excited for the next. I would say here's the thing. I didn't want to go on this rant, but I wrote it down because all of our teams are kind of similar in a way. They're all kind of going through reshaping phases right in front of us. Like the Brewers have a lot of young guys, right?
No.
Now, obviously, they have their veterans, but they have a lot of young guys in a lot of important positions.
Right.
The Badgers, our football team, is in a very important season.
Yep.
The first season, obviously, under Fickle and company. We're going to get into that on the 25th, so come join us at Isaac Sports Bar live. That's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of new faces we're going to talk about. One of them might be joining us. I don't know. You'll have to come to see. And they're just in a really important season that could set us up for a lot of success. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. The Brewers are in a situation where these guys playing now could be in their prime in 5 years, and they could all be together in 5 years in their prime.
What did I say in March? What did I say?
You did, and this is absolute. This ranks up there with my dad calling Jordan Love pick for me. Nobody believes me when I say that, but my dad literally texted me the day of the draft and told me we were taking Jordan Love. I am not shitting you.
I believe you.
You calling this is right up there with my dad calling Jordan Love. My dad also called Thon Maker, by the way. Random as hell. But there's been 3 times in my sports life where I've just been like, no way. And that was one of them. And it ranks up there. That was absolutely an incredible prediction by you. Obviously, we do our homework. So doing your homework and studying is not hard. It is for some people. But back to my point real quick. The Packers have a lot of youth as well.
Yep.
They're in kind of a reshaping phase. A lot of young guys in a lot of important positions. I expect the Packers to be a lot like what the Brewers are. I expect them to be a little bit better than advertised.
Yeah.
I expect them to lose a game or two where it's just like, why?
Could have won that game.
And then I expect them to win some exciting games where we're like, this team is going somewhere pretty goddamn soon.
I'll also throw out that I think they're going to play some stressful games.
Yes.
And I think they'll play a lot of close games.
They will, 100%. They might be low scoring for long periods of time. But then they're going to have a game or two or maybe 3 or 4 and 5 if we're lucky where they're just absolutely going to explode. They're going to be hitting on all cylinders, right?
Yep.
Kind of like what the Brewers were against the Rockies in game 1.
Yep.
Everything was hitting on all cylinders. The pitching, the defense, the at-bats, the RBIs, home runs, everybody was producing. And obviously we have the
runners in scoring position.
Right. Obviously we have the Bucks. We know the Bucks are not in that position. The Bucks have the best player, in our opinion, in the league. He's top 3, no matter who the hell you talk to. I don't care. Yeah. But in our opinion, he's still the best player in the league, best two-way player, hands down. So they're obviously in title contention mode. But almost all of our teams are in like the same position where it's like a lot of young guys. We don't really know what to expect. We have high hopes for some players, but exciting times in Wisconsin, in my opinion, because in the next 5 years, we could be talking about a Bucks dynasty, the Packers Super Bowl contending, the Milwaukee Brewers are powerhouse because, we're going to have some big hitters that are going to be coming up from the minors. And, the Wisconsin Badgers could be a freaking name.
Powerhouse too.
Like we could be bringing in these 4 or 5 stars on a regular basis at wide receiver, corner, safety, something that we never dreamed.
The Ohio State of the Big Ten West is kind of what I'm looking at.
Man, I sure hope so. I honestly hope that Ohio State and Wisconsin just have some big time clashes, man. I would love to be a part of that.
Absolutely.
Us, USC as well, because they're coming over.
Yep.
Oregon every couple years has some.
It seems like once every 8 years they're like a number 1 team.
Yeah, they have some big time talent every once in a while, but some exciting times in the Big Ten. We'll say that.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the first stat that you kind of teased before,
yes.
And that is the home runs. So this stat goes through the first game of the Rockies series. The Brewers had given up 144 home runs total. They gave up 56 in April, 71 in May. That was rough. 46 in June, a very good month. 53 sorry. That's sorry. Forget everything I just said. That's not the home runs. That's runs scored off of home runs.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with this. Sorry. So runs scored off of home runs. 56 in April, 71 in May, 46 in June, 53 in July, and then 12 so far in August for a total of 238. So through Monday, the Brewers had given up 483 total runs. 283 of them had scored off of home runs. That is 49.3% of runs scoring off of home runs. That is a much, much lower percentage than I was expecting.
Still nearly half of our runs we give up are off of home runs. And the shitty thing for me, since we talked about it, I got a chance to digest it. The Brewers been so good defensively, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like every time that they make a little hiccup on defense, first of all, it burns them. It burns them bad.
Right.
And secondly, it seems like a lot of home runs happen after that because the pitcher's a little like shell-shocked maybe or something like that. They throw a meatball and then it really seems like that to me. I know it's probably not as big as I thought because we thought the percentage was going to be way higher.
I thought it was going to be closer to between 60 and 70.
I thought so too. I thought like mid-60s for sure.
I will say, I don't know. I don't have that same feeling that the Brewers don't respond well after giving up home runs. Like it's sometimes but overall, I mean, you look at the first game of the Rockies series, Freddie Peralta gave up a solo shot and then was locked fucking down.
No, I mean like after they give up an error, after the defense gets an error.
Okay. Then so the pitchers get rattled by defense.
Yeah, because they're so used to elite defense. Like even the play today from Terang, which I still think should be a hit, but we're going to get to that one pretty soon here.
Yep.
I still think there should be a hit. I feel like it always burns us like it did in that inning. It's like,
I mean, you can. We'll get to that game. We'll get to it. Let's talk about last night first.
All right. Well, Wade Miley was tremendous. He was my power pitcher. This start last night was a big reason why. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 walks, 1 earned run, and 2 Ks. And I saved my stat for after when we talked about the game. Wade Miley, this was his 300th start.
Yep.
Start in an inning, ended on a double play. So a lot of double plays last night, 3 of them to be exact.
Nice.
He finished with a quality start, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run. He has allowed 4 hits or less in 6 of his last 7 starts.
Nice.
Love
that.
Shout out Steven Watson, dude. I don't know where. I mean, he dressed so nice, so he's got to have nice stats. I'll just say
he works for Bally, so he's got to have somebody at a desk to like feed me the good ones.
No, dude. Okay, so when we got the picture with him, we were standing on the side, and there was that chick that was like, getting them ready for the camera and stuff. And I said, does he dress himself or do you dress him? And she kind of laughed and she gave me like a look. She was like, he dresses himself. I was like, damn, that guy dresses so goddamn good. Shout out Steven Watson. I don't know how you always look so dapper, but I love your stats. I tell you every time, thank you for the stats. You're a tremendous guy. So we get into this one here. Elvis Paguero, not his best outing. He's been a little rocky lately, but
he's a rookie.
Again, he's human for one, and everything that he's done for us this season, locking stuff down in some high leverage situations.
He's a rookie.
Please do not talk shit. You will look like an idiot, and I will go out of my way to make you look like that.
He's a rookie.
Okay? Yes, he's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
But 1 inning pitch, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 Ks. He's human. Joel Payamps is apparently human too, but you cannot really tell because all he does is come in the game and allow 0 runs. I don't know.
He's something else.
He might be the pitcher I've with the most confidence I think I've ever seen in my life. Like I'm being
so quiet with it too.
Like him and CC Sabathia comes to mind immediately. But they have some of the best swagger. He just walks off knowing that's what I was going to do.
I wouldn't even know if I'd say CC because CC he would show it.
Yeah.
Like, he'd show the emotion. Like, Payamps just walks off like, well, I mean, what do you mean? Like, I struck out 3 dudes in a 1-run game. Like, isn't that what I'm supposed to do?
Right. Well,
Like,
I mean,
it's not a big deal that I just, came in this high leverage situation and completely slammed the door.
I bring up CC because he had the buttoned open jersey and then the hat to the side a little bit. Like he just had swag, man. He knew he was the shit. And we broke his arm, by the way, but it is what it is. But yeah, Joel Payamps, dude, the swag on that guy is unreal. Definitely unfair, and he acts like it on the mound.
For sure.
He's one of those guys, like I compare him in basketball. Like we always talk about little guys that play bigger than they are. Like we talk about Dwayne Wade that way, right? Like Dwayne Wade was 6'4".
Yeah.
You literally felt like he was 6'9". Like I feel like Joel Payamps is like one of those guys in baseball. Where like
I like that actually. Plays bigger than his stature.
Yeah, like he just feels like that to me when I watch him. Like I don't know, that just popped in my head. So here's where people were kind of getting on Council, and I could see both sides of the coin, but it ends up being one of those situations where hindsight is 20/20, right?
Exactly. Hindsight is the thing.
Yeah, people are like, "Ooh, why would you bring in Williams in the ninth? We thought we were gonna fucking win."
Right? You're gonna save your best pitcher for a hypothetical 10th inning?
Yeah, are you playing to win?
You're
that's
playing
like the
to
people
not
that
lose. There's a difference. There's a
There
difference. I've
There
said
is.
this a bunch of times in a bunch of different scenarios. There's a difference between playing to win and playing to not lose. There is a difference.
And he was going for the win, which
Exactly.
and here's the thing that I was going to get into this. People always bitch, no matter what, no matter the situation. People are going to bitch. So if we would have brought in like Uribe or Mejia, God forbid, like we would have brought anybody else in, right?
Yep.
I'm not even going to say I'm not even going to single anybody out because he had a bad outing. It is what it is. If we would have brought anybody in and they would have given up a run in the ninth, people would have bitched that we didn't bring in Williams in the ninth.
Oh, yeah.
So now that we brought Williams in the ninth and he only pitches 1 inning, we're not going to pitch him 2 innings. Now people are bitching that we brought him in the ninth. So it's like, it doesn't matter what you do. So for me, I think it was the right decision, personally. Taking a sleep on it, thinking about it, looking at it from a strategic, output. That is what I thought was the best decision. We ended up losing this one. We had a horrible 10th inning, 3 walks, a bunt. Like there was a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
But I do want to give a shout out to one guy in this game, one guy in particular, not just Wade Miley, Andrew Monasterio. Andrew Monasterio had a tremendous game. He had a home run, his second, a game-tying home run, which obviously gave him an RBI, his 12th RBI. There was 3 double plays. Oh, and he stolen base. There was 3 double plays turned in this game. Monasterio was a part of every single one of them. Oh. So just want to give him a shout out for great defense, great approach at the plate, stealing bases. Nice. He was awesome. He would have been my star of the game if we gave us stars of the game.
Okay. So I want to throw this out there. The first 3 innings of this game are kind of boring. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this about Wade Miley, and I mean this in the most endearing way possible. Like, at times, Wade Miley is a boring pitcher, but he is very, very effective. I mean, he's not going to be, striking guys out with, oh, my God, that pitch was so nasty, or, loading the bases and then getting a big strikeout. That's not Wade Miley. Wade Miley is just going to get you to ground out 3 times, and then the next inning, he's going to get you to ground out 3 times. And then the inning after that, he's going to get you to ground out 3 times.
He's a little bit old school. I agree with that.
But the bottom of the second, Andrew Monasterio got a single. So second, like you said, he was stranded. Top of the third, Tyrone Taylor ended the inning with another sliding catch. Top of the fourth, 2-out solo shot. That's what started the scoring. Bottom of the fourth, William Contreras hit a solo shot to tie it. So 1-1 there. Top of the fifth, leadoff walk wiped out with a double play. Bottom of the fifth, Joey Weimer let off with a single, was caught stealing at second, is what it is. One of the fastest guys on the team. Never going to complain about him trying for steals.
Yeah. Top
of the sixth, Wade Miley got another double play. Bottom of the sixth, Brian Anderson let off with a single. Christian Yelich followed with a single. William Contreras grounded into a double play. Mark Canna hit a gap double, made the game 2-1 Brewers. And then we get to seventh inning. Elvis Guerrero gave up a home run to Elias Diaz. Elias Diaz is literally an all-star.
Yep.
He was literally an all-star versus a rookie. Like, it is what it is. It was followed by another solo shot that made the game 3-2 Rockies. Bottom of the seventh, Andre Monasterio, like you said, he got the run back right away with a solo shot. Weimer followed with another single, was stranded. Top of the eighth, a leadoff hit by pitch, wiped out by a double play, like you said. Bottom of the eighth, the Brewers went 1-2-3. Top of the ninth, Devin Williams in, and I do strongly agree with you that it was the correct decision. Like I said, I stand by exactly what I just said, that the Brewers in this situation and Craig Counsell managing to win, not managing to not lose.
Yep.
And to me, that's what bunting is, too. It's playing to not lose as opposed to playing to win.
I agree.
Got a leadoff walk and then a deep fly out. Weimer covered a lot of ground to get to. And then a strikeout and a pop-up. Bottom of the ninth, Sal Frelick pinch hitting. He popped out. Andre Monasterio hit followed with a first pitch single to center field, his third hit of the game. And then Weimer struck out and Victor Caratini popped up. Tough spot to be in the ninth. And then the 10th inning, a leadoff walk, which wasn't the end of the world because it gives you a force play. But followed by a bunt single, another walk, and then Uribe came in, gave up two more walks, made the game 6-3. Then followed with a strikeout. Christian Yelich made a sliding catch that allowed the seventh run to tag and score. And then two more strikeouts, one more strikeout, and then the Brewers went strikeout, ground out, ground out. Now, we have talked how many times, especially at the trade deadline, about guys getting on base. Well, why getting on base is important. And people saying things like, yeah, what good is it to get on base if you don't have anybody to get your runs in? Which I understand why you're saying it. But the thing is, this game literally showed that being a player that can draw walks can be effective. So getting on base, it does eventually bring around runs to score for you. In this game, it took 4 of them. Now, the other thing is I have a stat that comes from the ending of the game 2 against the Rockies. So this was coming into today. Since the start of June into today, the Milwaukee Brewers are 8th in Major League Baseball with runners in scoring position.
Yep.
Batting .270.
Yeah. I saw that stat. That's a good stat.
I did not think that, and this is not something I would think was true based on Brewers' social media.
Definitely not. No.
Definitely not. So I'll take a .270 batting average with runners in scoring position. I mean, that's with as many of, base runners as the Brewers have gotten lately, like, I'll take that all day.
I'll tell you what, that might play into why we traded for the players we traded for.
I agree with you.
Because of that, because Canna getting on base, who's starting to get a little bit more comfortable. I understand
he's getting the ball slowly rolling a little bit.
He's getting it going. Honestly, if you would have told me, this is how I'm going to phrase this. If you would have told me that we were in first place with damn near 40 games to play,
yeah,
I would take that all fucking day, twice on Sunday, 3 times on Monday. Like,
let me say this even a different way, because the Brewers have played now 116 games. Yep. So there's 46 games to go. If you tell me 46 games away from the end of the season that you will not have had Garrett Mitchell for 85% of the season, Brandon Woodruff will have missed 4 months of time, and other guys sprinkled in will have missed time, that the Brewers are in first place.
And Willie isn't producing. Tellez is still hurt. And we don't have the power from Tellez. I mean, this season has shaped up to be a good year either way. This is like a perfect example of everything that we've said. Going back to the Packers season, going back to the, whatever. I'm not going to, go down memory lane too. But I have had a lot of fun this year watching guys develop, watching big-time strikeouts. I love beating New York teams. We have owned the Mets this year. Hopefully they can own the Cubs one more time for us. We've had a lot of exciting games either way. I mean, we had some crazy games against the Cubs in that 4-game series over 4th of July. I understand we lost to them, but those were awesome games. Had some great games versus the Reds. I mean, we set MLB records versus the Reds. Yeah, we had some great. Dude, that Saturday night game against the Braves on Fox.
Sal's debut. Oh my god.
The Sal Frelick day, dude. That was a tremendous game.
Even Braves fans were cool about that game, which I appreciate.
So now there's going to be fans out there that say, you guys are the type that just want to just make the playoffs and win the division. Obviously fucking not. We would like to win the World Series.
Get me a ticket to a chance to win it. I don't care. Yes, I want to win the division and make the playoffs. I don't care what happens after that. Just get me a ticket to the show. I don't care how low the chances are. I don't care because the chances are not zero. If you don't make the playoffs, the chances are zero. If you make the playoffs as the third wild card team, your chances are not zero.
There might be 1%, but they're not zero.
Exactly. I don't care what the chances are. Just get me a ticket to the show. I don't care what the chances are.
I agree. Absolutely agree. But if you ask any professional team, what is the first goddamn goal every year? Win the division. You want to know why? You make the playoffs.
Let's go in the playoffs.
God, I never thought getting into this business that we're getting into that I would have to fucking explain that, dude. Holy shit.
Because the thing is if you make that a goal, but you don't win the World Series, then people say that, we're just settling for making the playoffs.
No, we're not, obviously. Do you think that they're trying to lose in the fucking playoffs?
Not to mention that you're playing a stacked game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you are.
Well, we'll break stuff down a little more next week when we only have a couple games to talk about. So let's talk about today's game. Adrian Hauser, I mean, absolutely cruised through the first 3 innings. I think he threw 2 balls.
Yikes.
Bottom of the second, Sal Frelick led off with a double. Willie Adames drew a 4-pitch walk after 2 days off. Bryce Turang hit a 1-out single that Sal Frelick had to freeze on because it was right at the shortstop, just a little bit over his head. But the Brewers had bases loaded with 1 out and got 2 pop-ups. That's tough. Bottom of the third, Christian Yelich led off with a single. He was stranded. Top of the fourth, Adrian Hauser should have had a leadoff strikeout. And I'm going to come back to this pitch. But if he gets that leadoff strikeout, the 4-run inning doesn't happen. But bottom of the fourth, the Brewers responded. Andre Monasterio with a 1-out single. Bryce Turang drew a walk. Tyrone Taylor followed up with a 2-run double. Tyrone Taylor, really, I'm super glad you put him in your underrated performer because he really has been underrated.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring it up too because I have at times said that I'm done with Tyrone Taylor. So I am happy for him to be producing to keep his spot on the team.
Agreed.
Following that, Christian Yelich followed with a single, made the game 4-3, so got the Brewers within a run. Top of the fifth, a leadoff single, a line out, and then a ground into a double play. A good quick inning for Adrian Hauser. He needed that. Bottom of the fifth, Willie Adames and Andre Monasterio went back-to-back with 2 outs. That was awesome. That was where I was like, all right, we're winning this game.
Yeah.
Hobie Milner got a 1-2-3 sixth. On the seventh, got a leadoff strikeout that reaches, which is tough.
Yeah.
And then a single, a fielder's choice, got the out at home. Good throw by Andre Monasterio. This is the one where, like we mentioned when I had him in my power pair, the throw that he made to home plate, that was the one that he kind of botched in Washington, but he made that play, redeemed himself.
Yes.
A single did get the tying run in. And then bottom of the ninth, Carlos Santana robbed of a hit. That's a great play by the first baseman.
I said it, man. That might be a SC top 10, honestly. That was a great play.
Probably. It is what it is. Christian Yelich struck out. William Contreras struck out. Going to 10. Mm-hmm. And I still approve of using Devin Williams in the ninth because you're in a position where you're playing to win, not to lose. And Joel Payamps, he gave up a leadoff walk in the eighth, and then he went strikeout on some nasty sliders. And then William Contreras with an absolute seed to second base to get the out there to end the eighth inning.
Yep.
Now, 10th inning. a sacrifice bunt, got the runner to third, a ground out, Brewers got the lead runner, and then a double gave the Rockies the lead. And then we, as the show started, had the bottom of the 10th inning. Mark Canha, great work by him to get that ground rule double. Had to feel amazing for him after kind of bobbling the ball that allowed the run to score, which no guarantee that it doesn't score anyways if he fields that cleanly.
Right.
Just throw that out there. But it's one of those things where the tendency of people is to blame themselves in that situation. So I'm glad that Canha was able to have him, redeem himself. And then Andrew Monasterio, we just talked, like I just mentioned, the great play that the Rockies first baseman made in the 9th inning on Santana. Came back. The law of averages will eventually balance out. The first baseman makes a great play. First baseman misses a pick, and the Brewers win the game on it.
Yep, love it.
It's one of those things. It's baseball. Like everything is going to happen in a season that is played with so many games.
The baseball gods giveth, and the baseball gods taketh away.
It's everything that's going to happen will happen.
The dude literally jumped like 25 inches in the air and snagged a line drive, and then he couldn't field a hopper. Like
that was a foot in front of him.
Yeah. That's a routine play for a first baseman, really.
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to dog him because
that's just James Jones right there. Makes the crazy play and botches the easy one.
God, that guy used to piss me off. He also used to make me happy, but God damn it.
Yeah. Okay. What stood out to you from today's game? I mean, besides the super fun 10th inning that we got to have happen on the show.
So the context that I'm going to talk about is I love that it happened back-to-back days, like literally like not even 24 hours away from each other, using Williams in the 9th, and it burned us. And then using Williams in the 9th again, and it was the right call. Like that is what he expected to happen, right? Us to go in and win the game. It is what we didn't win in the 9th, but you still didn't allow them to score in the 9th, and you gave yourself that opportunity in the 10th inning. You know, in that play,
we can use both of these games as an example because the Rockies scored in the 10th in both games. If you bring in the guy in the 10th if you bring in the guy in the 9th that you brought in the 10th, the Brewers lose both.
Yeah,
not one other.
I agree. So the play by Canha, again, I'm going to sound redundant, but nobody's going to talk about how Bryce Wilson threw a goddamn meatball that did absolutely nothing middle in. Like, a professional hitter is supposed to crush that. And to Canha's credit, he did play the bounce perfectly off the wall. Just slipped out of the hand, man. I mean, we watched the freaking second baseman from the Pirates do that about 3-4 times in the series against them. And, he still ended up making some nice plays on defense, but that's not going to be Canha all the time. That's just something that happens. It was a little mistake, but immediately making up for it.
Defensive positions in the last 3 days.
Yeah, agreed. But just the instant good karma of, then just raking a ground rule double. Like I thought he had a home run for a second, bro. I yelled, "Get legs!" Like I thought he had a home run. I was like, he's gonna hit a walk off. But
some poetic justice.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome for Canha.
Yeah, that's a good moment for him. So we only have 4 games next week. Because the Brewers are off tomorrow and they're off Monday, they play 3 games at the White Sox this weekend, and then they start against the Dodgers, so they're playing a bunch of late games. So we're only going to have 1 Dodgers game next Wednesday. Now we're going to bring in some extra stuff so that we have a good show to put on in addition to the 4 games, so we're going to have some extra stuff. But I'm going to say 3-1. Now I'm going to say the Brewers sweep the White Sox and lose the first game to the Dodgers after their travel.
There's no way in hell we don't sweep the Dodgers. Or not Dodgers. I hope we sweep the Dodgers. There's no way in hell that we don't sweep the White Sox.
Yeah.
They're getting knocked out on the field. They're getting knocked out on the scoreboard. They're slapping each other in the locker room. I mean, that team is a freaking mess.
That is a train wreck off the rails.
Yeah. I love that all Chicago sports are just in shambles right now. Like this is
except for the Cubs, who are destined to apparently win this division with no input from anybody else.
No, but this is Chicago sports right now. This is false hope right now with the Cubs. I'm telling you right now, this is false hope from the Cubs right now. I'm telling you right fucking now. I'm telling you.
That makes sense.
They are going to set them up for failure. Just like what Stephen A says about the Cowboys, that is what the Cubs are.
And God, all it takes is just a little bit of level-headedness to just say, watch out for the Cubs. Instead of going from a stretch where you play good baseball and then taking it to we're winning a division. Like you're skipping like 4 steps in the middle.
And then the people that are like, they're the only team with positive run differential, so they're gonna win the division. We've been winning the fucking division all goddamn year with negative run differential. Why would that change?
And they're what? Now let's see. They're back to 0. The Brewers are at 0 now. After today, they're at 0.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, Brewers are at 0. So,
I mean, they're going to be positive after the next 3 games. So
that's true. That I strongly agree with you on that.
It is what it is. And they have another nationally televised game on Saturday.
Yes, they do.
That'll be fun.
Hopefully Tuesday's game is national TV, which I should point out. Tuesday, we are going to have Vinny Rattino on the show. Tuesday at 4 o'clock. It's going to be about 4 to 4:30-ish. We're working Vinny Rattino in, but next Tuesday at 4 o'clock, Vinny Rattino will be on the show. Obviously, we will promote that over the next few days, but I'll throw that out there.
I'm going to point out one more thing. Sunday, which is before Tuesday, Tyler's joining the Dirty 30 Club, so can't wait for that. Can't wait for that, buddy. Dirty 30. Welcome to the club, baby.
Yeah, I will get to see you in person on Friday, so that'll for sure be fun. So
Friday, one of the best days of the year, dude.
I will see you then. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. I'll definitely get you a few shots, a few drinks.
Good.
We'll be feeling good, having a good time. So I'm excited. We got a lot of stuff coming up here, man. Obviously,
yeah, we do.
Vinny on Tuesday. Then we have
live show on Thursday.
We're gonna have a Whisker Fanatics episode on Wednesday, and we're having an episode on Thursday. Then what is supposed to be our fantasy football draft on Friday.
Yep.
And then the week after that Friday, we're doing our live event for the Badgers.
Yep.
And then the week after that Friday, we're having a Packers episode.
And then we're into every week.
And then the week after that Friday,
that's a Packers primer.
It's the Packers primer. Oh, baby. We are about to hit.
It's gonna. The next 2 weeks are gonna fly.
My dad says no alcohol on Friday. You are a goddamn liar. You're the reason for all of this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
No, I'm gonna see my dad tomorrow. We're bringing the kids to the kids wristband day. So that'll be a lot of fun tomorrow night. Just let the kids go crazy, and then Friday I'm going to partially forget that I have kids for a couple hours. So that's going to be a lot of fun for me, just to pretend that I exist by myself. So,
alrighty, I will see you on Friday.